Secrets of Reincarnation and the First Hypnotic Memories. Lin Zhe had always believed that there was more to his life than met the eye. One day, he decided to undergo hypnosis to delve into his own past, which he hoped would reveal secrets that explained his inner experiences. It was there, in the depths of his mind, that he first encountered the image of Zhao Tai, the boatman, the personification of the connection between lives that was becoming increasingly clear. Zhao Tai seemed to be inviting Lin to understand that all his current feelings and fateful events had their origins in the distant past. As he entered the trance, Lin felt conflicting emotions born of his arrogance, a trait that was usually a minor detail but now stood out in full light. In one of his past lives, he had been a scholar, enjoying the peace by a lake. His pride had led to a quarrel with the powerful Lord Huangzhe, who turned out to be Lin's father in this life. Huangzhe ordered Zhao Tai to push the teenager into the water, and this event left a deep imprint on Lin's soul, turning his internal conflicts into real experiences between lives. As Lin delved deeper, he met Guan Yin, a bodhisattva who immediately supported him in his moment of despair. When he felt like he was hopelessly drowning in a sea of suffering, it was Guan Yin who showered him with sweet dew, lifting him on a lotus to the light of hope. This image became a symbol of salvation and guidance, which was necessary for anyone who began to realize the karmic connection between the past and the present. It was thanks to her that Lin began to understand that karma does not punish cruelly, but seeks to teach and give a chance to correct one's soul. Lin recalled scenes from not only his own life, but also those close to him in the present. His half-sister, Yun Hui, emerged as a profound spiritual guide, someone who showed genuine love and care. In a past life, she had been his mother, which explained the strong emotional connection Lin felt with her, even after all these years. Yun Hui, overcome with grief, had then committed suicide to escort Lin to the afterlife, an act of selflessness that he recognized during hypnosis and thanked with inner peace. The image of the bully Sheng Mu taught Lin lessons in cruelty and the consequences of his actions. In the past, he was a man who took out his anger on the weak, and that was the man Sheng Mu appeared to him. He saw how his intemperate behavior had hurt another, that same classmate Yang Chang, who today suffered from wounds inflicted in the distant past. In the episode with the brick that killed Sheng Mu, Lin saw the strict justice of karma, as if a reminder that evil returns and changes not only the destinies of others, but also one's own soul. The power of moral laws was revealed in a memory when Lin saw himself as the celestial fairy Bai Feng. A secret desire to enjoy the aroma of wine offered to the Jade Emperor resulted in her downfall and return to the mortal world. This story became a warning to Lin that the thirst for pleasure and disregard for rules will lead to the death of even the most exalted spirits. It was here that he realized the importance of following an impeccable ethical line, because even the heavens do not forgive sins. As Lin delved deeper into his memories, an endless tapestry of past lives unfolded before him, each with an important lesson. He clearly understood that reincarnation was not just a chain of random events, but a carefully orchestrated system of relationships in which every action was reflected in the actions of the present. His inner experience confirmed the Buddhist wisdom of cause and effect, and the need to live in a way that does not cause further suffering. Lin recalled his childhood experiences, frequent family quarrels, lack of peace, a sense of loneliness and pain that left a deep mark on his heart. Now he knew for sure that these difficulties were connected with karmic debt bonds between his past and present, as well as with the responsibility of each family member for the common well-being. Dreams and visions in hypnosis were not a figment of the imagination. They were a logically connected bridge, revealing secrets and guiding to inner healing. The researcher realized that his family, with all its complicated history, played a role in his spiritual development. Like lessons he had to learn, understanding this truth reduced the pain and misunderstanding he had experienced for many years. Lin felt that most of his fears and complexes were self-created, held in place by the weight of the past, and now the path to liberation through conscious self-change was opening up before him. At the end of the session, Lin felt an overwhelming sense of connection with the life he was currently living and with those who had been with him in other incarnations. He realized that karma was not a sentence, but an opportunity sent by fate to bring about awareness and transformation. Emerging from the depths of his subconscious, he was filled with new understanding and determination to live honestly, freeing himself from the debts he had accumulated. As Lin Zexu left the world of hypnosis, he prepared for the next step of his journey, one that promised to reveal even deeper layers of truth. He knew that what lay ahead was not only new memories, but also an understanding of the subtle mechanisms that govern life, which would help him and many others see the light in the labyrinths of karma and reincarnation. The next part of this journey prepared him for new revelations and profound transformations. Karmic lessons and dramatic clashes with the past. Lin Zexu, a researcher into the subtle threads of existence, went into hypnosis to uncover the secrets of his past lives. His consciousness slowly entered a trance, and suddenly a scene from a long time ago appeared before him. He saw himself as Sheng Mu, a bully and a cruel youth, pelting the villagers with angry shouts and unfair demands for submission. It was a world where the merciless laws of karma were openly manifested. For every evil there was retribution. The moment Sheng Mu insulted a weak and defenseless man, a silent sentence of fate came to him. Soon, a figure appeared, full of anger and determination, holding a spear. It was Yan Chang, a younger and weaker classmate from Lin's present life, whom the hero had unwittingly offended as a child. In his past life, Yan Chang had taken revenge on him with a blow that resulted in the bully's death. The villagers rejoiced at the just outcome, and life itself had taught Lin the meaning that anger and cruelty give rise to insurmountable consequences. This connection became a lesson for the researcher, which disturbingly reminded him of his actions and relationships with others today. During another hypnosis session, Lin's consciousness was transferred to the image of the boatman Zhao Tai, who was inextricably linked to his past and present life. He was standing at the edge of a lake when he suddenly encountered a violent push into the water, after which he found himself in the aquatic embrace of death. What was surprising was the realization that this boatman was the personification of his mother in this world, and that the cruel act was retribution for arrogance and neglect. Lin realized how deeply the cause of his current life trials was rooted in the mistakes he had made earlier. In this same memory, he met the powerful Huang Zhe, a nobleman from the past who had painful relationships and clashes with his previous incarnations. Huang Zhe, as a symbol of a cruel ruler and opponent, had repeatedly influenced destinies, including Lin's karma. In those intrigues and grievances, he saw a reflection of the difficult and painful family relationships that haunt him in the present. Recalling all this, Lin realized that the true power of destiny lies not in external position, but in the ability to overcome the ego and find humility. At the darkest moment, the image of Bodhisattva Guanyin appeared on the horizon, accompanying Lin with a soft hand of mercy. Her gentle touches seemed to shower drops of life-giving dew, which elevated the soul, helping to overcome internal torment and pain. Thanks to her support, the researcher was able to look at hellish suffering from a different perspective, realizing that the path of purification and liberation is open to everyone who is ready to accept their mistakes and change their destiny. The spiritual teachings continued, with the story of the celestial fairy Bai Feng, whose fall became a symbol of the destructive power of greed and pride. Her demotion from the heavenly palace to the mortal world, caused by secretly enjoying the forbidden aroma of wine, reminded Lin of the need to strictly adhere to moral laws, regardless of high position or power. This image emphasized that greed and dishonesty always lead to fall, and mental balance is achieved only through internal discipline and awareness of one's responsibility. As Lin delved deeper into his memories, he felt the continuity of life as a flow of karma, carrying lessons and reminders. His connection with Yun Hui, his half-sister and spiritual guide, opened up the deepest threads of his soul. Her love and care in the present time penetrated the prism of his past lives, where she accompanied Lin on the threshold of death, demonstrating that true affection can transcend the boundaries of time and space. It gave him hope and strength to change his present, building a new future. In conclusion, Lin Zexu realized that his karmic journey was not a punishment, but rather an opportunity for self-purification and transformation. Every event he had experienced, from his misbehavior to his great falls and spiritual ascensions, added value to his current existence, reminding him of the need for humility, compassion, and honesty. Liberation comes to those who accept their mistakes and strive for inner harmony, leaving behind pride and bitterness. Thus Lin delved deeply into the secrets of karmic lessons, preparing to continue his journey into the third chapter, where new discoveries and an even deeper understanding of the connection between the past and the present would come. His inner quest had only just begun, and ahead of him lay an uncharted path of spiritual enlightenment and rebirth. Buddha's wisdom and salvation through the light of Bodhisattva Guanyin. Lin Zizhu, a researcher into the mysteries of reincarnation and the secrets of karma, delved into the depths of his consciousness with each hypnosis session. Recalling his encounter with the boatman Zhao Tai, he realized that this figure was not accidental. This man in his past life had become a fateful link between his existences. By pushing Lin into the cold waters of the lake, Zhao Tai symbolized not only betrayal, but also the fulfillment of a karmic debt. Confronting this reality forced Lin to take a sober look at his arrogant nature, which he realized was repeated in his current life. Zhao Tai, in the form of his mother, reminded him of the inevitability of retribution and the need for humility. During his second journey into the past, Lin found himself on a rocky shore amidst darkness and stormy skies. There he met Sheng Mu, a man of rough appearance and rebellious spirit who had once been a violent hooligan. His actions, oppressing the weak, being cruel and abusing his power, led to his tragic death after being hit with a brick. In this episode, Lin realized how profound the consequences of irresponsible behavior could be. The outcome of that life was not only physical death, but also an eternal memory of the evil he had caused. The fate of classmate Yang Chang in his present incarnation turned out to be linked to the injustice that Lin experienced as Sheng Mu. In addition to the trials, the memories also revealed bright moments. Lin remembered the stage when he was Bai Feng, the celestial fairy who, in her desire to enjoy the forbidden aroma of wine, betrayed her obligations to the Jade Emperor. This fall was a lesson in the importance of moral purity and how even incorporeal beings are not exempt from the rule of cause and effect. Responsibility for one's actions, even in the highest heavens, is inevitable, and any greed or disregard for the rules will lead to a quick fall. One of the most significant moments was the arrival of Guanyin Bodhisattva, who appeared when Lin was adrift in a sea of suffering, as if trapped in the hell described in the Ksitigarbha Sutra. This episode became a symbol of salvation and finding hope in the midst of despair. The Bodhisattva, with her compassion and mercy, filled Lin's heart with light, which helped him to be reborn and continue on his path. His encounter with Guanyin broke the chains of fear and attachment to pain, showing that even the darkest moments can be overcome if one opens oneself to compassion. His spiritual guidance in this life was represented by his half-sister, Yun Hui. She was the guardian angel who supported Lin in difficult times, helped him understand the lessons of past lives, and inspired him to move forward. Her love was especially deep, and the connection between them transcended time. Through her, Lin felt that karma and fate were closely intertwined, and that every action left a mark on the future. Their relationship served to confirm the idea that souls are connected between incarnations, and help can come in many forms. The incredible memories of past blows and hurts, of childhood frustration and fear, revealed to Lin an important truth. Every action today affects tomorrow. His recognition of arrogance, as well as his understanding of how terrible the consequences of evil thoughts are, became a turning point. He remembered the words from the classics, that the urge to evil is evil, and reading without understanding moral principles is useless. Karma is not a punishment, but a just reaction to our actions, and only a pure heart can free itself from its burden. Lin felt his soul grow and transform, understanding the value of moral discipline. After going through the dark images of past lives and admiring the compassion of Guanyin, he realized that salvation lies in recognizing one's responsibility to oneself and the world. His inner struggle and overcoming of arrogance became a metaphor for the personal growth of each of us. Lin's story is not just a tale of past lives, but a lesson in how to change the present for the sake of the future. Now his path was illuminated by the principles of ethics and the karmic interconnection of all beings. Again and again came the understanding that no one will escape retribution if they do not learn to love and forgive. Stories about the past and the present, about meetings with Guanyin and support from Yun Hui, about journeys through hellish torments and the highest good, inspire abroad and deeply. Every action is a seed from which our future grows, and only the light of a pure heart can bring true salvation. Lin Zezhu prepared himself for new discoveries, knowing that there were still many secrets ahead that would help him better understand the nature of the soul, karma, and the endless path of reincarnation. His inner light grew stronger and his soul became calmer, for now he saw meaning even in the suffering of the past. The path was just beginning, and ahead lay the opportunity to change his destiny and help others free themselves from the burden of past mistakes. This commitment to morality and compassion promised a long and fruitful path, leading to true wisdom and inner peace.